Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Edna White, and I'm glad you're here with me again today. Today, we're going to talk about feeling stuck. I'm going to give you 7 ways on how to get stuck. Are you feeling stuck in life or at work or even stuck in a relationship? Well, we're going to explore today what the cause of the feeling stuck is and what to do about it. So let's get started. So, first, I want to talk about clients that I have that feel this way often. Often they come to me and they say, I don't know what it is. I'm frustrated at the job. I don't know what it is. I'm frustrated in my relationship. I don't know what it is that I'm frustrated with me. I'm stuck in a job I don't like. I am stuck in a relationship that I'm not communicating with, and I'm just stuck there and I don't know how to deal with it or what to do. And even the feeling of now with the current lockdown and our limitations on where we should go, you're even frustrated with yourself at home when you're stuck at home. So all of this sounds familiar, right? I know. If so, you're not alone because I felt that way. It's nearly universal human experience to feel stuck at some point in life, whether in a career, love, relationships, family dynamics, or even in identifying your next goal or interest to pursue. Stuckness can look like really wanting something like a new job, a relationship, or improved health, for example, and then losing motivation to do anything about it. Identifying something that looks exciting and then talking yourself out of it, taking steps that would never get you closer to it, or endless thinking about what could be, should be, might be, but don't do anything about it and don't do anything better to make it different. Indecision, worry, and overthinking, this is what robs you of being present and enjoying life at its best. So, what might cause you to feel stuck? Have you ever asked yourself, why do I feel stuck in life? Instead of asking other people, do you see me growing? Is there something new that you see about me? It's not always an easy question to answer or even ask yourself. Stuckness can wear different guises. So I'm going to give you a few scenarios on what it might look like and how it might operate and see if it kind of rings true to you. You've outgrown a situation. It's a reality that people change over time. Your needs, your wants, and your hopes all evolve. Perhaps that perfect job you landed a year ago doesn't provide enough stimulation now that you've mastered it. I know I felt that way. I've mastered a job. First, I wasn't sure what it was. And then when I did create it and I did master it and I did get everything down pat, I went from 8 hours trying to figure it out, then to 4 hours doing it like clockwork, and then to 2 hours, and then I was bored. So you can outgrow a situation. And a lot of times when you outgrow a situation, it's because you didn't know what you really wanted from the beginning. Like it says, you thought it was a perfect job. Thought it was, but it really wasn't. It was just a temporary job. Number two, you want to honor your values more. Life can lose its sparkle when your values are not present enough in your life. If your day life doesn't contain the conditions for your personal values to thrive, they may start to feel dulled and give you a feeling that you're not honoring your fullest self. So that means, like, if you're doing something, excuse me, my phone was ringing. If you're doing something that really matters to you, that really gives your full self sense of your personality, all your personal values, such as what you think and what you feel, how you're contributing, what your values are in general, what you kind of overlook, because I know we kind of overlook those values and we just go on about our day. I heard someone say keeping your nose to the grindstone and just going about your business. Your efficiency, your optimism, your imagination, um, your mindset, your effort, the way you treat other people, the way you take care of yourself. Those are some values that you really are part of you. Your honesty, the way you love to learn, your zest for life. But if you don't get those back in return, it can kind of dull things out for you. So that's why you kind of feel like you're dull. Number 3, you think change might mean losing something. In particular, with career changes, you can want a new challenge, but cling to your old existing job, life, relationship, because it's perceived as security and stability. It's like something you already know. So if you change it, you're not certain what you're going to get. I know I used to feel like that when I would be in a relationship. I'm not sure what I'm going to get. But if you don't open yourself up and you don't become vulnerable enough or take that chance, you won't know. And that's the baddest thing about it. You won't grow. You can reduce your thinking to be very, very binary, seeing options as either or. See, that's what I was feeling. Allow yourself to open up to an idea or say yes, and then think about something that could be possible, that you can have a new challenge and financial security. Being stuck can be easy. This is the new one. The result of getting unstuck involves work. See, as human beings, we don't like to do a lot of work. We don't like to work on the stuff, the hard stuff that's going to make us sweat, make us cry, make us upset, challenge us. We want to just stay binary. I love that word. We want to stay binary, lukewarm, quiet, content, don't want to stir anything up. So if we do all of that, that's a lot of change. And those are a lot of strong reasons not to do anything. Approaching your stuckness from a place of acceptance can be useful to understand what might be blocking you moving forward. For example, you may want to change your job, but you may also really value your free time. Looking for a new role may eat into that free time. You can see that you are currently choosing certain positive aspects of staying as you are. This allows you to make more conscious decisions to find your activation to the energy you need and get out of neutral. I'd rather not be in neutral. I'd rather drive or reverse. Number 5, the success of a friend can make you wonder why you're not further along in your life plans. Now, keep in mind, comparison is a thief of joy. Compare yourself to yourself, your growth, your potential, your future, rather than getting caught up in comparing yourself to others and then feeling like you're falling apart. Because number 1, you are, because you're trying to be like them. Number 6, you're out of your comfort zone. You might know what you need to do to become unstuck, but feel uncomfortable with moving forward. If it's the first time that you're testing a skill or behavior, for example, you might not know what to do exactly. Fear making a mistake or fear of making a less perfect result. A growth mindset can be incredibly helpful to know that everything you do in life can be learned rather than feeling that either know how to do it or do something or you don't. That's what life coaching does for you, is gives you that growth mindset. It helps you to grow, and it helps you realize what's there and what your possibilities and options are. Feeling stuck can happen at many different stages in life. Early in your career, when transition phases end, a midlife, after a period of relatively stability, or during the pandemic. If you have persistent feelings of low mood, worry, or anxiety, or your feeling of stuckness is getting in the way of your ability to cope, it's a good idea to speak to a doctor or a healthcare professional. So, what do you do when you feel stuck? There are plenty of ways that you can help yourself get unstuck. I'm going to show you some approaches that can help you. You can help yourself. And you need to tackle this in bite-sized portions, okay? Even though you see the issue being more broad. Number one, identify what you really want. Stuckness can be a vague, ambiguous feeling of something in your life not being right. When you notice these feelings, allow yourself some time to clarify what you want to be and how different it looks. Frame these desires and hopes as what you do want to happen. I want to maintain or increase my salary rather than I don't want to take a pay cut. See how those two seem different? Number two, change your perspective. Ask yourself how you feel about the situation in a week, a month, 3 months, in a year, or 3 years. What would your 8-year-old self offer as advice? That's a great one. If I asked my 8-year self what would I want to do, I would want to play all the time. I would want to be doing something great all the time. What would your 80-year-old self say? My 80-year-old self would probably say the same thing. I want to have fun. I want to do what I want, when I want, how I want, with whom I want. Now, keep in mind that feeling stuck can be simply a mindset, a very stifling one, but a mindset change. A question like, how else can I see this situation, can free up more creative responses. Number three, move your body. If you've ever finished the day at work with a stiff neck and shoulders, you know that tension and stuckness can be held in the body. Exercise can be a great way to get more positive chemicals running through you. And being outside and in nature does wonders for your well being. Number four, set a date and park decisions until then. Give yourself space to clear your head and set a date to reevaluate your situation. Mark the date on your calendar and allow yourself to be focused on present issues until then. This gives you a chance to be fully committed to what you're doing without the extra weight of questioning yourself and your future. Five, take action to avoid analysis paralysis. Once you're clear on what you want, ask yourself, what's the next smallest step I could take? It's easy to get enmeshed with the stuckness that you're in and forget about there are small, easier steps that you could take to make progress. If your procrastination is one of the best tools for moving through, then I suggest you use your procrastination to spend some more time working on things and smaller tasks that interrupt you. Since the first step is often the hardest thing, it feels easier once you get going. So if you take that one little small step, even if it's picking up the pen or putting up something on your phone to remind you, that's a small step. 6, tap into your own agency. Now, stuckness can often make you want to wallow in your helplessness. Have that sort of like pity party. Identify an aspect of your life where you do feel in control and do something about it. This can be simple things like deciding what you want to eat for dinner, sending one job application out, or phoning a friend. You cannot be stuck in motion. At the same time, you doing something with choice reminds you of your ability to get unstuck. Number 7, rest recharge, focus on self care. During challenging times, keep in mind that you're responsible for your well being. Do what you need to do to look after yourself with a good diet, sleep, healthy movement, and connection. Now, what not to do when you feel stuck? To reduce any extra stress and worry that can arise from feeling stuck, keep in mind this. Try not to over identify the situation. I'm feeling stuck rather than I'm stuck. It's subtle but important because it allows you to remember that feelings pass. One moment you might feel stuck, but the next moment you might feel tired or bored or elated or any number of emotions. My son always says to me, he goes to work and he works a very um, labor intensive job. And he says to me, today I feel like quitting. And then I said, oh boy. So I don't really say anything just yet. I'm not sure what's coming. And he says to me, but it's a feeling. I got over it. Don't beat yourself up. Most people like to have a clarity and control over their life. So the feeling of being stuck can be frustrating. Rather than beating yourself up over feeling stuck, treat yourself with kindness and self compassion. Don't focus on stuck areas of your life. Remember that each situation that makes you feel stuck is just one part of your life. For example, if you feel stuck at work, spend some time appreciating what is good about your health or your relationships. Try not to blame others. Instead, remember how to take time to be responsible for yourself. We don't live in a vacuum, and others' decisions and actions can impact our lives. But dwelling on that isn't productive. Give other people the benefit of the doubt and consider that they may be doing the best they can with the tools they have. And remember that you're ultimately in charge of as many aspects of your life and work. Don't doubt your ability to handle the outcome of your decisions or choices. If you're really stuck with a choice between two options that may be equal or one would be more obvious, consider this. Consider the cost of staying in the limbo of indecision. You may find it's better to commit to decision and move forward with a self-belief that you can handle what comes next. Trust yourself. So if you feel like you need to leave a job and you can't stay there any longer, indecision helps you stay there, and it then mentally disables you, physically disables you, and leaves you in limbo. So it's better to make a choice to say, I'm moving forward and quit the job. And trust yourself that things will get better. So, how do I help someone that's stuck? Everyone feels stuck now and then. How my support services as a life coach comes in handy is I learn to listen with creativity and a solution at the very end. Having the conversations and reminding you of the conversations that you should have with yourself often alleviates some of the tension. Two, I am here to let you know that feeling stuck happens. And sometimes you need an accountability partner to kind of set you in the situation and not make you feel so isolated, but care and remind you that you ought to have some compassion for yourself. Three, I resist giving advice. Yeah, I know it's normal to want to offer ideas and advice, but it's also helpful to let people come up with their own solutions by themselves. And you know what? Most of the times you have the solutions, you just need an accountability partner to bring out those values, to level you up, you know, and to keep you on task to where you need to go. Number four, I open up the Pandora's box to help you give yourself the permission to ask questions and then to lean into curiosity. Yeah, that's right. You might be asking questions like, what do you want? And what's important for you? But I hope help you open up the insight by asking you what's getting in your way and what could you try. Then you're genuinely not judging yourself and you're genuinely not getting in your way. And then you create your own solutions and essentially shine like the light through the fog. And number 5, I'm your check in. I encourage you, give you additional support, and show you your progress to getting out of unstuck and help you not to feel alone. So, what are my final thoughts on feeling stuck? Unlike a ship that runs aground, a car stuck in the mud, or a fallen tree blocking a river's path, the particular stuckness of humans can be one of choice, state of mind, and perspective. Choose to see your situation through a different lens, perhaps as playing with different options or navigating change by an interpreter such as myself, and see what opens up for you. Hopefully, by using the tips that I've just shared with you to get unstuck and to find your agency, your freedom, and flow in the river of life, you will get going with what you have to do. This is Edna White, and I'm signing off. I hope you got something out of today's message. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, please like, subscribe, and press the little bell at the top to get all the new notifications coming in on all my new episodes. Thank you so much. Talk to you real soon.